to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're going to love it here enough to stay. And if you are coming back, I really appreciate your love and your support, your continuous support. Um, Thank you so much for coming back. Please don't mind the noise outside because these kids, let me just warn them not to make noise. Okay, so we're back. So like you've seen on the video, on the title of the video, this video is more about self-introspection, me realizing where I went wrong, and what I could have done to avoid everything that happened and that I did not do. I find myself most of the time asking this question over and over and over and over again. Let's see, what if you left? You could have left, you could have packed your bags when you were still pregnant with your son, and you could have hit the road. Why didn't you leave? Why? That's a question that's lingering in my head. I guess because I grew up in a village. I already said I grew up in mining. I had a very tumultuous upbringing. If you know, you know. My mom died when I was 7 years old. My dad, for the most part, was not a part of my life. Well, he was paying maintenance, but he was not a part of my life. We only met when I was 18, and even then I was kicked out of the house by his ex-wife. So I had to fend for myself, and that's when I started working in a club, and that's where I met this person. So the noise outside is so distracting. So yeah, that's how we basically met, and we hit it off right there and then. And obviously, like I already said in multiple videos, the red flags were there. The red flags were there, but from growing up, I had that dream of one day having my own husband and having my own my kids, and but that's not something that I never had. I had a very tumultuous childhood, so really I just wanted to create a life for myself that I never had, and I wanted to have children of my own husband, and live a happily ever after, like Cinderella type of ish. So and I was going to do absolutely everything and anything in my power to make sure that I achieved that, and I did. I unfortunately achieved that with the wrong person, and for my own, because I was so selfish and wanted this unattainable thing. I'm not saying it's unattainable to everyone else, but for me in this case, with the kind of person I married, the dream was unattainable. For me to have a happy marriage with a husband and a kid under the same roof, that was unattainable, because first of all, he was a gambling addict, and I knew that he was a gambling addict from when he was still in South Africa, from when my child was, before our son was born. I knew he was a gambling addict, because I would even give him my own money. He was working in Kusile and he was earning a lot of money, but I would be the one to give him my own money. Guys, let me just close the door because it's so destructive. Okay. So I would give him my own stuff, my own money, and I just thought that it was going to get better. I was going to change him. I made myself Mother Teresa. When we got to Croatia, it got worse. His sister liked me when I was here, but when we got there, they showed me who they are, and Like I was already mentioned in my, I'm sorry for doing this. I like doing this so much. I don't know why. Um, when I got there, I got a different reality. I was hit with a different reality, and I welcomed my beautiful son into that kind of world. Even what you know what's funny? When I was pregnant, the people there, even the NGOs, they told me that, um, please leave. This is not gonna end well. Just leave. But nah, because I told myself, well, yeah, I guess I owe it to myself to have a family, and my son must have a mom and a dad in the same house. I ended up putting my son through everything that we went through, because now that I'm alone, I'm back home, I look back, that person did not like us at all. And that's an understatement, but I'm just using it. He did not like us, and maybe I was asking someone yesterday. I was talking about. I was like asking a friend of mine last night that I cannot believe that I let my son be around someone that hated him, all in the name of I want a happy marriage and I want a happy family, because that's not what I had. And she was like, I don't think he hates him. I don't think he dislikes his own son. And I was like asking her that if he doesn't dislike his own child, then why would he do everything that he did to tell me in front of his own son? Why he, like the abuse, like I already told you, the physical abuse started from way back when I was pregnant. That son was inside me when I was being kicked, you know. And why would you do that if you love your own flesh? Why every time when you are needed for defense, you are not there? Why every time when you are needed for support, any form of support, whether financially, emotionally, psychologically, you are not there? Why would you do everything in your power to hurt the mother, knowing that in most cases the child would get hurt too? Because every time he would go to casino and I did not have money, Christian was getting hurt too. He had nothing to eat. Um, we would sometimes not have a place to rent, and I had to make plans for Kristen to eat and for us to have somewhere to live. Also, why would you, like, when that attack happened, the first attack, remember I was attacked first on the, I think, 3rd, 4th of August, and that man was alone, and I fought for myself in front of my son again. I fought for myself physically. Yeah, so um, I also asked myself that if you loved your child, the first time when that man attacked me and I told you about it, you would have came, right? But I had to defend myself. I had to fight him off. That's why the second time when he came, he made sure that he came with two other men. So it was 3 against 1, because he knew that I fought him in a way that he didn't believe that I would. Even during that attack, when they all attacked me, I still fought for myself. Unfortunately, you can't see that because they took my phones. But I did try to fight for myself. If they're watching this, then they know too. He knows why he had to come with 3. They had to come as a trio against one girl in front of her child. You know why you had to, because you know you wouldn't have been able to jump me on your own. But even after that, he did not come. I remember when we were on my previous videos, you would see that he actually mocked me afterwards. And he even went to my comment sections to make fun of what happened to me and my child. Unati! Unat! Get your video! Excuse me, guys, I have school kids here. I have school kids that are here on holidays, so it's a little hectic. But as I was saying, even afterwards, he was mocking me, you know? So, and then when I thought it couldn't get worse, it actually did, because he, I don't know if I said this, this man's ability to want to hurt me probably is the one thing that made me realize, or made me think, that he hates Christian, because this man that I had married would do absolutely every single thing in his power to hurt me. He would make sure that he does every single thing in his power to see me hurt, to see me humiliated, to see me ridiculed. So even afterwards, after the whole thing, he decided that he was going to obviously mock me, comment on my TikToks, comments, calling me racial slurs with fake accounts, by the way. And then that wasn't enough. He went on a podcast, and like I already said on my other video, I was like perplexed, like, okay, this is the best you can do, man. Like, this is the best you could do after everything that happened. And mind you, I remember there was a time when we were going to the embassy. He went to the police and asked them why they were taking my ID illegally. The police told him that they would slap me too. The police officer that was there at that station told him that he would have also beat me, because how dare I accuse them of being racist. So that didn't come up in the podcast. It didn't come up anyway. He didn't take it to his Croatian media to tell them that, look, this is what happened to my son. This is what they did to my son and his mom. Nothing. The whole point, the whole mission was just to hurt Basatana, even if it hurts the child in the process, because that's how it's always been. Like, as long as she gets hurt, as long as he gets hurt. And then he had the audacity to send me a message, an email, because he's blocked on my phone and forever will be blocked. Sent me a message to say that he loves me. At least he didn't humiliate me on the podcast. That's the email. That's what he said on the email. At least he didn't humiliate me. At least he didn't do that. He loved me more than life itself. Like, are you a sadist? Are you a sadist? So that in a nutshell was the reason why I asked myself, why am I supposed to think that this person likes Christian and he's done all this to my child? You know, that's not love. That is not love. And again, I've done this video to say that if it wasn't for my decisions to stay in a country that I was never supposed to live in that country. I was never supposed to have gone there in the first place. I was never supposed to have set my foot in that country to begin with. I was never supposed to live with those kind of people to begin with. But I did. And I kept lying to myself, thinking that I was doing it for my child, but I was doing it for my inner child. I was doing it to fulfill that childhood dream that okay, wait. I was doing it to fulfill my own childhood dream. Okay, it's on my own childhood dream. Um, but I did not realize with me, every chance I kept giving that man, how the damage that had on my own life, but most importantly, on my child. I also failed to realize that my mother, even though she died when I was 7 years old, my mother raised me. My mom worked in ShopRite. If you're South African, then you would know ShopRite. My mom worked for ShopRite, and she took care of me. Yes, I think my dad was paying. I don't know how much he was paying. I think he was paying 300 for maintenance, but my mom would make sure that I was always clothed. I was well fed, on her own. I think that if she was alive, I would have been so much further in life. I would have never been through what I went through if she was still alive. But again, I don't think I would have had my little Chrissy. It's funny how life works, right? But my mom was a lioness, and she would have raised me on her own. I don't know what made me think that I could not do it, but at that time, I don't know, man. I guess I was scared of raising a child on my own. That plus the fact that obviously I wanted so bad to fulfill my childhood dream, and I almost destroyed my son's life and my life. I say almost because I believe that me coming back home was God giving me a second chance to redeem myself, to do right by my child, to do right by me, to do right by my mother, to do right by my family, to also shed light and make sure that I tell my story so that another young woman like me watches this video and takes something from it. But yeah, it's just one of those days where you have to just do a self introspection and look at yourself, point a finger at your own self, because everything that I mentioned today would have never happened had I decided that, Basitana, you can do this. Forget about that childhood dream. Yes, it's achievable. Yes, people do get that. People do find happiness, marriage, and children, but with the kind of person you chose, it's not attainable. Just move on and accept. Nothing like this would have happened, but I'm working on forgiving myself. I'm working on becoming a better mother. I'm so excited for Christian to go to school next year. His speech has improved so much. If you followed me from TikTok, you would know that Christian had difficulties with speech, and now I see that now that we're back home in South Africa, he's more free. He's like a wild kid. It's like I've kept him in a box or whatever. It's like I kept him I don't know how to explain it, but he wants to play. He wants to just go outside. He loves friends, so he just wants to play with friends, and he's very, very curious. He's also learning Sizulu. Sizulu is not my language, but most people in Witbank where we live, they speak Sizulu. So he's also very, very into Amapiano. So yeah, and I am taking him on a trip to Cape Town next week with my little nephew. Christian doesn't know yet, but hopefully he's gonna look excited. Remember when I was in Paris with him, he was not very excited, but it's not like he wasn't really excited. Christian doesn't really show his emotions that much, but he really, really enjoyed Paris. Um, yeah, and he's also starting grade R. I'm not worried about him starting school here, Morai. I'm not worried about him starting school. Um, there's a crazy story that I did also even on my TikTok. Christian had went to school in Croatia. He was in school, and my son was always came home with bruises. I will try to put a picture. I don't know if YouTube will allow me to put one of a few pictures of him. Um, they would always jump him, and I would ask teachers, why is this always happening? And the teachers would come up with excuses that we were not we were not watching him, and maybe it was an isolated incident, or we were they were outside playing and he fell. But you'll see the kind of picture that um, that's supposed to be from the fall. And so they also had this Facebook page where they were doing like would post kids and um, to show parents what their kids are up to every day. And my son would never be posted. He would either be posted in the background or picking food from the floor. And I decided, you know what, that's it. He's getting out of here. And I took him out hopeful. I was hopeful that my lawyers would be done with Christian's visa ban case, and we would come back home and Christian would be in school, in a normal school with normal kids and normal teachers. It didn't happen exactly like that, but guess what? We are back in South Africa, baby, and my son is going to school with normal kids and normal teachers in a normal functioning country. Isn't God amazing? Isn't God just amazing? And I'm very, very thankful to God for a second chance in life. I believe that I shouldn't be able. I wasn't supposed to be here right now, telling my story, doing everything that I'm doing right now. But because God said, you are my child, and you're going to make it out of that dungeon alive, and you're going to tell your story, you're going to spread awareness. I'm so grateful. I am super, super grateful, and I am going to use my platforms for good to spread awareness. And I hope you're going to be with me every step of the way. I hope one day I am going to be able to sit here, guys, and smile and talk about motherhood, talk about fun stuff, and even this reminisce sometimes on what happened, but in a more lighter way, in a place where I'd be much happier. I'm not saying I'm not happy right now. Trust me, I feel free. I feel happy. I feel relieved. I feel safe. But I know with time and work, because it takes a lot of work to get to where I want to be. It takes me forgiving myself. It takes me forgiving people. And just because I say forgiving people doesn't mean that I want to talk to them again, or I want to be in contact with them again, because trust me, I don't think I would ever want to see the father of my child ever again. I don't think Christian will see him anytime soon, unless he turns 18 and he decides, I want to know where I come from, I don't want to know where my father is from. Then I will say, fly, little birdie, fly. But now it's my duty to protect him. It's my duty to now do right by him until he's old enough to do it himself. I should have done this a long time ago when I was still pregnant. I should have left, but I didn't. And God gave me a second chance to do the right. And I am going to use that chance very, very wisely. I will protect my son with everything in me. Even if it means protecting him from his own blood, I will do what I have to do. And to people, Christian people that are still on my comments sections, Christian people that are still sending me DMs, threatening me to delete my videos. Beloved, no one is scared of you. No one is scared of you. I promise you. I wish I could hold your hand when I tell you this. You are not scaring anyone. You actually make yourself look like a fool, because some of them are doing this face like, yeah, bravo, Croatia. Bravo, what bravo? When a man could not take one girl on his own, he had to bring an entourage. What bravo? Is that what you do? Obviously. I mean, you even with women when they are pregnant. Takes you, 3 of you, your man, to jump one girl. So I guess that's very, very bravo. I'm not gonna delete anything. I'm very happy that this video stays there. I'm very happy that they will be there for years to come. You will see them every day if you want to. They will remain on my TikTok page. Sometimes there are times where I feel sorry for the last boy. I think he's 18. Because during the attack he kept saying ne dada ne dada ne dada, like, no dad, don't do that, no dad, you know. And I could see it in his face that he didn't really like what was going on, but he had to follow daddy's instructions, and I feel so bad. Yeah, so guys, I think this is going to be the end of this video. If you've watched so far, oh no, before I leave that topic of that boy, and I know they're probably gonna be watching this, Christina Milatich, you are watching this video, I want you to go and look back at that video where I had just been attacked in front of my kid. My lips were bruised, and obviously your police officers supported you. They thought what your husband and your children did to me and my child was perfectly normal, and you knew they would obviously defend him, and they would defend you guys. And you said that you looked at me in my eyes and you said I should be ashamed. You said I should be ashamed.
No, now this is going to the lawyer now. It's going to the lawyer now. Yeah. You just let 3 men hit me in front of my 5-year-old. 3 men hit me. If you don't believe it, look. If you don't, you want me to show you? You want me to show you? You want me to show you? Okay. You are okay with it. You are okay with it. You are okay with it. A woman, a mother. Thank you. No, it's fine. No. You should. No, you should. You should actually. No. Hit me. I saw I'm lying.
Oh, my dear. The world has seen what you've done, what you people are. The whole world has seen what you've done to me, and I made it out of that ordeal, horrific country alive, safe and sound. I do admit that I should have never been to a country like that. I've gotten a lot of more information from um, people in the neighboring country of Croatia also, and it's more than dangerous than I would have ever thought. But I hope you are now the one feeling ashamed. I know you are. I don't hope, I know you are. Because at that time, when you guys were doing the everything that you did to me, including your officers, if you're watching this, I know at that time you saw me and my child as though we were not humans. But the whole world now, when they watch those three videos on TikTok, they saw you as animals. That you are, by the way. That you are. And for that, my dear, I feel vindicated. I feel vindicated. Now that I'm not talking about those things anymore. I'm talking about now myself and my child and that marriage. The path, the journey to healing and forgiveness has been really, really tough. But I promise you, next year around this time, I would have done it. I would have succeeded in that process, in that aspect, and we will be happier than we are now. I want to urge all mummies out there that had a childhood like mine to please don't let this be a repetitive cycle. Don't let what happened to you happen to your children. I know that feeling. I know that you like wish to give your children something that you never had. But also be careful that you don't do it in a way that hurts them. You understand? Please, because sometimes we can confuse the two. We will think that, okay, I'm doing this because I never had this, so I want my children to experience a life that I never experienced. Yes, you have good intentions, but the way you go about it could have really, really bad implications. Like, look at my case. You understand? So I hope that you are more open-minded. Yes, you want to give your children the best, but also please be very, very careful how you do it. It doesn't mean that you would love them any less. If you do things slightly different, they will still live the best life, trust me. Just be careful on how you do it, how you go about it. So if you watch this video after this far, guys, thank you so much for watching. Accountability is extremely important. I think it's the first path to healing. We need to take accountability, and that's the only way we're going to heal. So if you've watched this video up to this far, please, I would really, really appreciate your support. I would really love for you to subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos too. And please like this video if you do, because it really, when you like the video, it really helps with the engagement. Let other people know about our channel. So yeah, I will see you on my next video. Can't wait for our little trip, mini vacation to Cape Town. It's gonna be so exciting. Okay guys, from me, with love, see you.